All right, so let me briefly just move this microphone out the way so I don't disturb your ears with me expressing how I felt about this film. Yes, 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 yes. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion. For my movie review for It's a Wonderful Plight, a black independent film hip-hop musical that is on Amazon Prime right now. If this is your first time finding me and you happen to like the video, please give me that thumbs up and consider subscribing. So guys, if you couldn't tell already from the intro of this video, I absolutely love this film. I thought it was outstanding. I thought it was fantastic. I mean, there were just so many moments of dialogue and points in this film to where I was just screaming, yes, at the top of my lungs because I enjoyed everything that I saw and heard on screen within this film. And like I said, this is a black independent film production, and I love independent films just because, I mean, I like Hollywood too, but you know, opposed to Hollywood, when you have independent films, you know, you can just tell that there is just so much more love and passion put into the project, and they're really doing it because they love it so much, and it's not just a money grab. Not saying that, you know, making a profit is a bad thing, but sometimes that is the only and main driving force when it comes to Hollywood, and when it comes to independent films, that's just not the case right there. And so with this being an independent film with also black creators, I had to support it, and I'm glad I did, and I hope you will too. Now, there is a link to this down in the description box below, but this film, It's a Wonderful Plight, was listed on USA Today right here, June 15th, video on demand. And if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, please go ahead and check it out. You can rent this film right here for $4.99 or buy it for $9.99. Whether you buy it or rent it, I promise you that it will be worth your while. Here it is right here on IMDb. It is written, directed, and also co-stars Justin Rose. This is a Justin Rose production. And also brother Corey Williams as well. You know, he is the co-director of this film, and I'm gonna have to make sure that he gets some credit too, where credit is deserved. But before I get into all the nitty-gritty, let me tell you what this thing is all about. It's a Wonderful Plight centers on Scott, a well-intentioned white man who appreciates black art and culture, but fails to realize his own privilege. Or Justin Rose directs and stars in the hip-hop musical as Joseph the Hotep, a mysterious figure who takes a white man, Brian Storky, on a journey about the black history, art, and culture, as well as the guy's own privilege, by 1091 Pictures. Now, if you subscribe to my channel, you will see that I did react to the trailer for this film a few days ago. And in that reaction, I talked about white privilege and also how that's addressed in this film right here. I mean, today we have all these Karens and Kens going around not realizing their white privilege, or even maybe they do. And they just whine about everything. All these Karens and Kens whining about this, whining about that. I even said that they even whine about how cold their ice cream is sometimes. I mean, it can get quite ridiculous. And that is one of the main things that I loved about this is you have this character, Joseph the Hotep. And I like the fact that he named this character Joseph the Hotep, because usually today, or at least the circles that I pay attention to, when someone calls somebody a Hotep, they use it as a negative or derogatory term. And that's kind of annoying to me, because the people that are being derogatory are the ones that are being arrogant, in my opinion. I mean, all it means is it's an Egyptian word that means peace. And if I'm incorrect, you know, you can politely let me know down in the comment section. But I like that Justin Rose in this production, he was very unapologetic about the message that he was trying to convey, to the point that he was trying to get across to his audience. And one way of him doing that is just not caring what anyone thinks and naming the main character himself, Joseph the Hotep. And just the setup of this film, I like it. It gives homage to one of our great leaders who was assassinated a number of decades ago, Fred Hampton. He only died when he was 21 years old, and he was just so young, but he was just so knowledgeable. And I wish he was still here today. And usually when I'm watching a movie, I'm not really a big fan of long opening credits. They seem like a waste of time and can really just take you out the mood. However, in this production right here, that's not the case. Corey did a great job with his shots, his opening sequence over bodies of water. I may want to hit him up to see exactly how he did that, because just as a fan, that does fascinate me. But when you have those nice sweeping shots and that wonderful soundtrack in the background with all the lovely rap lyrics, it really did keep my attention and keep me engaged and just prepared me for what this film had in store. And shout out to Miss Saba the Goddess. Ma'am, I can feel all of your energy. And each masterful word that you put down, keep doing what you are doing, my sister. You are very talented. And one of the things that I love about this film is 100% unapologetic about the message that it's trying to get across. It does not care about your feelings. All it's doing is dropping facts, and I wish every production could be that way. I mean, it really does deal with a lot of real life issues when it comes to racism and white supremacy, and that is some things that I do talk about on my channel. And it doesn't beat you over the head with it to make this a dreadful or painful experience. I mean, it is a musical, a hip-hop musical, and even if it did beat you over the head, that would not be a problem for me. But he was able to, the director Justin Rose and Corey, they were able to write and infuse in a number of funny and light moments just to give it that perfect balance so that everybody that watches this will be able to consume it wholeheartedly. And when it comes to the characters within this film, I absolutely love them all. I mean, we have Joseph the Hotep, who I spoke of earlier, played by Justin Rose. He did a great job. I love this character because he has a sense of dry humor and sarcasm, you know, and that's kind of my sense of humor as well. And that was where a number of the funny moments in this film came from. But you also have this character of Scott, played by Brian Storky, who did a great job as well. He was really committed in his role, and he kind of reminds me of Shia LaBeouf. If someone said those two were related, I would not disagree with you at all. But both of them did a great job. And when you meet Scott in the very beginning of this film, when he's talking to, I guess, one of his best friends or roommates, just the exchange that they're having between them, where it has to do with online gaming and stuff like that, you know, they really hit home for me. You know, there's a ton of stereotypes going back and forth between white people and black people. You know, it was funny. It wasn't cringy at all, you know, but while it was funny, that is real life. You know, I relate to that myself, you know, with me being a YouTuber, and what I do get these trolls online that come up with all these stupid stereotypes. And for that to be at the very beginning of this film really hit home for me, and I was just able to relate to it in more ways than one. And with this being a hip hop musical, the soundtrack is absolutely fire. I could not watch this film all the way through without pressing pause, because I kept going back and rewinding it over and over and over when certain songs would drop. I mean, I really did enjoy this. I probably will be downloading this and buying it for a copy of myself so I can listen to the car at home or whatever. 3 songs in particular was my favorite. It was Lay Low, Gentrify, and also Make It Take It. Great job, great job, great job, great job. Out of those 3, I think Gentrify was my favorite. I mean, I don't know, just the lyrics that they had within that song were all over the place of amazement. Another thing that's just fascinating to me is, I didn't make this up myself. It was taught to me and I heard it a while ago, but it just means so much to me. And it's the fact that it's addressed in this film where black people are trying to free themselves. One of the main things that is holding us back, that keeps us mentally enslaved, is we are too concerned with the external instead of the internal. We're too concerned with what white people think about us and if they like or love us or not. Instead of us fighting for justice, something that we deserve, we're too concerned, like, oh man, we can't do this, we can't do that, because we don't want to piss off the white man. You know, I don't want to, you know, go and take advantage of any black solutions if we don't get white or people's approval. Okay, you know, if it's a black person with the plan, I don't know about that. It may be too risky, you know, but if it's a white person providing that same exact plan, oh, you know, it's okay because white people are okay with it. That's one of the main reasons why, you know, black people necessarily haven't freed themselves or try a bit harder to fight for justice. It also has to do with, you know, we were brainwashed to think that, you know, God or Jesus Christ was a white man. So we think that white people are default humans. So if we want to create something on our own, you know, we think that we're turning away from God, and that's just a lie itself. This film doesn't touch on that per se. I mean, that's just my own personal feelings. But the first part of us just caring too much or what white people think, that's that's one of the things that's really just holding Black people back, you know, from true justice and for us to be free. And I like how this film touched on that. And I'm pretty sure that if you're watching this out there, whether you're Black, white, or whatever, especially if you're Black, you know of a white person that loves Black culture, but they're indifferent. You know, they want to adapt the culture and dress and talk like us and dance to our music. But when it actually comes to helping us better our lives and help us raise up the economic ladder and take back all the things that were stolen from us, they don't care about that. You know, white people, a lot of white people, they really do love Black people. However, they love us like we're the dogs of the family. You know, you can love your dog, you can feed your dog, you can wash your dog, take your dog for a walk, take your dog to go play, spend some time with your dog. But at the end of the day, it's just a dog. If the dog tries to get up on the table and level itself and eat with you like a regular human being, no, you strike the dog, you punish the dog. You know, you don't treat the dog with true respect like they're a human being. And so, yeah, white people may love Black people, but they love us like the dogs of the family. And that's where the character Scott comes in. And the way that Joseph, the Hotep, just handle him all 360 degrees, I absolutely love that. And he's just trying to teach him to be an ally. And that's great. And when it comes to allyship, you know, you really have to be careful when it comes to that, because if someone is going to try to be an ally, just try to make sure that they're listening to what you have to say instead of them trying to lead the way. And these are just some of the points and the messages that this film was trying to get across. And guys, I loved absolutely all of it. And a number of you out there already know stuff like this. And for others, it will be a true wake-up call for you. I strongly suggest if you do watch this, please support it and share it with as many people as you possibly can. One, because it's just a great production. And another is, you know, we want to support our Black independent filmmakers and creators. This film is very appropriate, it's very timely, it's very serious, it's very funny. I love the characters, I love the story, I love the plot, I love the music, I love the soundtrack. I love absolutely everything in this production and give it 2 thumbs up. And if you just want solutions, I always say this right here, I'm pretty sure someone on your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or that is in your phone book in your phone is, I guess what you would say, pro-Black, or is doing this or doing that. You know somebody that is trying to practice group economics, that is trying to practice Black politics, that is trying to teach you Black history that was not properly taught in schools. If you know somebody like this, please hit them up at your own leisure. Find the people that are already doing the work and help them out. Get in where you fit in. And if you don't want to do that, you can always read a ton of books at your own leisure and watch all the documentaries. Everyone has the capability to do that. But guys, again, here it is right here on IMDb. You can also check it out again on Amazon Prime. The soundtrack right here is on Apple Music. And here is the official YouTube channel for 1091 Pictures. And if you scroll down, there is a Wonderful Plight, the official trailer. And there will be links to all this down in the description box below. So support this film the best you can. Watch it, rent it, buy it, share this video, all that good stuff. If you would like to see any of the other videos I've posted on my channel recently, just click right there. And guys, before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery. And that's just my opinion. Peace.